Hey everyone, so I have a special video for you today. I have, over the last few weeks, been testing a ton of different microphones because I'm ready for an upgrade. And if you're also ready for an upgrade, well, hopefully this video will help you out because, boy, if I can save you time, because, yeah, I've spent so many hours researching this, so hopefully I can save you some time and you can, yeah, just know which microphone you want just from watching this video. But yeah, we're going to be testing stuff like the Rode Wireless Pro, the Hollyland Lark Max, the Hollyland Lark M1, and the Hollyland Lark C1, as well as the DJI Mic 2. So yeah, these are a lot of the top microphones that you can get on the market nowadays, at least as far as wireless microphones go. And yeah, the one that I choose, however, will probably surprise you because it's probably not the one that you think I would choose. So anyway, right now you're listening to just my phone's internal microphone, which I've used throughout my YouTube history almost exclusively. But now let's go ahead and get started with our first microphone. Okay, and here is our first microphone. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to start with the cheapest microphones. I mean, just cheap, not as far as quality goes, but just as how much they cost. And then we'll just work our way up. So anyway, so this is the Lark C1, and it costs about $100 to $110 depending on who the seller is on Amazon, apparently. And yeah, I think it's pretty good quality. So this one plugs directly into your phone, as you can see here on the box. So yeah, this is the Android version or the USB-C version. And yeah, you just plug it into the bottom of your phone and you're off to the races. Pretty simple. And then it just wirelessly connects to the two receivers, which you can see here. This is the charging case that it comes in. Right now I'm just using one of the receivers, and this is the other receiver right here. So yeah, this is the Hollyland Lark C1, and some of the features that you can see on the back here on the box. I'm just going to keep talking so you can kind of have an idea of how it sounds as well. But yeah, USB-C version, one-click noise cancellation. So yeah, that's this button down here. And see, I turn that on, so then it supposedly cancels out noises, although I'm in a pretty quiet room right now, so I'm not exactly sure what it would be canceling out. But anyway, this is an idea of what that sounds like. I'm going to turn it off now. Okay, noise cancellation is turned off. Yeah, portable charging case. Yes, all these have a charging case. I'm going to be testing today. And then easy to use plug and play. Yes, I believe it is. In fact, this is probably the easiest one to use because, yeah, you literally just plug it in and it works. And then HD audio, 42 or 48 kilohertz or 16-bit audio. So yeah, I think this one's pretty high quality. Now, one thing to keep in mind though is that if you use both transmitters, so you see I got this other one over here, I'm pretty sure that this does not pick up in stereo, and so it just mixes these two transmitters, down mixes it into one mono track. And so that may or may not be important to you. Yeah, anyway, no stereo on this microphone from what I can tell. If anyone knows that if it does do stereo, please let me know if I'm mistaken. But yeah, anyway, that's that. Let's see. Oh, and then also for the settings on this microphone, you actually have to use the Hollyland Lark sound app, something like that. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but anyway, then in there you can adjust the gain from 1 to 6, and then you can also adjust the noise cancellation from like heavy to soft, something like that. Yeah, it's an okay app. There's not very many settings in it at all, obviously, but you know, it gets the job done. Right now I have the gain set to 3 because that matches the other microphones I've found pretty well. And yeah, anyway, and then also on this charger, one thing that I do like about this that you can't do with the other microphones, at least that I'm aware of, is it actually has a USB-C input as well on this side, and so you can actually charge, or maybe no, it's actually on this side, sorry, but you can actually charge your phone while you're using the microphone, which is pretty cool, I must say. Okay, and then besides the charging case, so yeah, that's this. There's USB-C on the bottom too for charging. All of these are USB-C, by the way, which I really appreciate. But yeah, it also comes with this little zipping case thingy. And then in here, there's a power cord, USB-C power cord. Yeah, I guess that's actually the only cord that comes with this adapter. So yeah, again, very simple. Oh, and then also it comes with obviously these dead cats, which I already have one on. And yeah, anyway, that is this microphone. Okay, and our next microphone is the Hollyland Lark M1. And this one costs from about $100 to $110 again, usually around $110. So that's why I put this one second. So yeah, a little bit, just about $10 more expensive than the C1. However, this has quite a few more features, or at least a few more features than the C1. So yeah, I actually kind of rank it a little bit higher, at least as far as features go. But yeah, for example, it comes with a bunch of different cables. So like here's a TRS to TRRS, or like a 2-prong to 3-prong 3.5 millimeter adapter. However, I actually would recommend not using this. This is actually pretty low quality I found on this microphone. Right now I'm using the TRS to USB-C adapter, and that was by far the highest quality. I also tested USB-C to USB-C because there is a USB-C output on this receiver. However, it was too soft. And so, yeah, I think just the TRS to USB-C is the best. And probably TRS to Apple Lightning as well if you have an iPhone. That should also work pretty good. Okay, and now I'm using USB-C to USB-C, and so, yeah, you can probably tell that this sounds a little softer. At least that's what I thought before when I was testing it. Let me know what you think about it, though. However, as you can see, I've also changed color, so I also got some purple ones of these to try. And yeah, the M1 comes in a bunch of different colors, which I think is pretty cool. You can choose. However, the purple ones do not come with the TRS to USB-C adapter, so I actually had to buy this separate. So this is the USB or the TRS to USB-C adapter. They also make versions of these that are Lightning compatible for Apple devices. But yeah, this costs about $10, so that is an extra expense. However, as you can hear now, I've switched over to it, and I think this sounds a lot better with this TRS to USB-C adapter. So well worth the extra $10. Just check to see if the seller that you choose to buy from sells this or not. I'll leave some links in the description for the black one that I bought that came with this, as well as the other one, this purple one that did not. But yeah, it also comes with the two receivers. The receivers, or the transmitters are pretty much identical to the C1. Also, the charging case is very similar. You can see the only difference, well, really the only difference is that in the center here, it also charges the receiver, whereas the other one doesn't charge. And so, yeah, anyway, that is a difference. And you can also use this, it's a little bit more versatile, where you can also use it on a camera, since you can just use a TRS adapter. Oh, there's also noise canceling. Should be pretty similar to the C1, but turn that on. Okay, so here is, oh, there we go. Now noise canceling is on. If this was green before, it means noise canceling was on before, which I'm not entirely sure if it was. I think it was off, but anyway, when it's blue, then noise canceling is turned off. And yeah, this is the Lark M1. Now, one other thing too that I really like about this is you can actually record in stereo with this microphone. So yeah, so if you're doing an interview or whatever, or if you just want to record yourself in stereo for some reason, then you can just attach it like this. And then for some reason, this really likes to turn on the noise canceling. Okay, noise canceling should be off now. And then on this actual receiver, there's a M switch, a mode switch, and so you just hold that down, and then it will switch to stereo mode here. All right, so now we're recording in stereo, and yeah, that's what that sounds like. So I think that's pretty cool that, again, for $10 more, you get quite a few extra benefits. And sometimes it's even the same price, again, depending on the seller on Amazon, apparently. So yeah, this is recording in stereo right now. Yeah, I think this one sounds pretty good. This is definitely one of my favorites out of this list that we're going to be going over here today. Okay, and then another feature of it is that so this doesn't work on the app like the C1 does. This one, you actually have to use the controls that are actually on the receiver. And so there's a volume button control, and there's 3 different, or like for the gain, and there's 3 different settings. So right now I have it on medium, but you can also set it on low or on high. So yeah, not as much settings, but I found the medium works pretty good anyway. Sometimes low, usually never high. But maybe if you're talking to someone that's a really low voice, maybe, or if you have a softer voice, then maybe you'd want to set on high. But yeah, in general, I think medium is pretty good. The only thing is that you kind of have to guess. Well, not guess, but it's hard to tell what setting you're on, and so you have to set it down what I do is I push down all the way a few times, and then I push up once to make sure I'm on medium, since there's only 3 settings, if that makes sense. But yeah, once you get that quirk figured out, it's actually a pretty nice microphone, and yeah, I have been pretty impressed with it. Again, it doesn't work with that app. Oh, and also I would recommend this over the M2. That's why I bought this instead of the M2. Some of you may have been wondering why I didn't have the M2. And yeah, the M2, it also works with the app, but it's basically just like a C1. It's just a little smaller. Yeah, it plugs directly into your phone, and you have to adjust it through the app. I really think that the M1 is superior to the M2. I don't have the M2, so I can't say for sure, but just from what I've seen, I would recommend the M1. I think the M2 was maybe going in the wrong direction. Okay, and the next microphone on our list is the Hollyland Lark Max, and this is actually the 3rd time that I have recorded this section of the video because I kept on messing up the gain. So yeah, if you end up getting this camera or this microphone, make sure you turn down the gain maybe. I mean, at least experiment with it. I have it set to -4 right now. It comes with a default of 0, which I think is pretty loud. I was clipping all the time with this. But I mean, just overall, this is a pretty premium feeling product. I mean, don't get me wrong, the M1 and the C1, the case also felt pretty premium. But this is just kind of on a different level. And so yeah, this microphone goes for about $250 right now. But anyway, this is the box that it comes in. And one positive thing I can say about this camera or this microphone is that it's like by far the highest quality box. Like this even is like magnetized. Yeah, just very nice packaging, I must say. And also, this is our first microphone that we're looking at today that actually has internal recording, which is pretty cool. Now, it does not have 32-bit recording, which some of the other microphones will have, but it does have, internal recording, 8 gigabytes of internal recording, which I think it says, 14 hours long, so there you go. Some of the other stuff back here, it says 820 feet range, which is really, long range. And then 22-hour duration for the battery life, so that's also quite a bit. And I really like this case that it comes in. So this is the charging case. This is definitely a very premium feeling case. It is plastic, but it doesn't feel cheap. Not necessarily to say that like the C1 and the M1 cases felt cheap, but this just feels more premium, which makes sense. I mean, this is a $250 microphone unit set thing, whatever. However, what do you think? Do you think that the sound quality actually sounds better than the M1 and the C1? In my testing, I didn't really think it did necessarily. Like, it maybe sounded a little bit richer, but I also, in some instances, heard like some hissing in the background or like some sort of interference. I don't know. But anyway, I wasn't like overly impressed, but I do really like the design on it, and it definitely feels like premium, like a premium product. I also like how there's magnets on the back here, and I've pulled out another one of these, so I guess while we have this out, I might as well set to stereo mode. Okay, so now we are in stereo mode. So this one can also do stereo. In fact, all of these microphones can do stereo except the C1, from what I can tell. But yeah, that's what this sounds like, and yeah, let me know what you think. Also, this microphone set has a noise canceling feature, so similar to the other Hollyland products. When this green light is on, that means that noise canceling is on. So what do you think? Does it sound good? Does it make my voice sound weird? Yeah, I really appreciate when noise canceling is included, because you never know when you'll need it. And then I also really like this carrying case that comes in. This is one of my favorite carrying cases. So yeah, the charging case just fits right in just like that. And then it has this zipper container thing back here for like all your cables and stuff. And by the way, I just have it connected with USB-C to USB-C directly into my phone right now. It works great. However, you can also use like a TRS connector, you know, for going into your camera or whatever. But yeah, this case is yeah, really high quality feeling. Yeah, I like this case, definitely high up on the list. I still kind of like the minimalist nature of these cases a little bit more for like the C1 and the M1. But yeah, but still, this, yeah, the Lark Max is definitely a good solid case. And then another thing that I really like about this, which I probably should have mentioned first, is that this is our first microphone that actually has a screen on it, and it's also a touch screen, and so you can adjust all of the settings here, which also means that this doesn't work with the app. But again, that app was pretty limited, and so yeah, I'd actually prefer just to have the setting just right here. And it also has a spin wheel on it. You can also see like the microphone volumes of each microphone in real time, which I think is really nice. And yeah, it's a really cool device. Like, it's very easy to find the settings you need to go into, and yeah, it also has a back button, which is cool, like a capacitive back button. Yeah, overall, I think the user experience on this Hollyland Lark Max is pretty good. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. For the output options, you do have TRS to go into a camera, but I'm just using USB-C to USB-C into my phone. And it also has a headphone jack, if I remember right. Yeah, so it also has a headphone jack for monitoring. So yeah, that is something that the other two did not have. Okay, and next we have the DJI Mic 2. So yeah, this is definitely a very sleek product. I don't know if it's necessarily sleeker than the Hollyland Lark Max, but I kind of want to say it is. I don't know, there's just something about it, like just the way everything looks. It just is, I don't know, very nice looking. Also, these dead cats are like super, super soft. Yeah, anyway, I just really like this product. Now, the sound quality I noticed wasn't like a big step up. Now, this is a $350 microphone set, so $100 more than the Hollyland Lark Max. And yeah, I don't know, the sound quality doesn't feel like a $100 upgrade, so I kind of feel like you're getting, I mean, I don't know, I guess the case is maybe a little bit, I don't know, the case is really nice, but I'm trying to justify in my mind why this costs $100 more than the Hollyland Lark Max. And yeah, I mean, the user experience is pretty cool, although I don't know why, but for some reason, every time I put these in the case, at least recently, maybe it wasn't doing this before, I can't remember, but it's like the unit turns off, and then when I pull it out, or like, well, it doesn't turn off right away, but after a while, then it turns off. Then when I pull it back out, then it's like I have to hold down the power button to turn back on, so it's not like on immediately when I pull it out. And I'm not sure if somehow I changed the setting or something. I've been trying to figure it out, and I just don't know what's going on. So anyway, that is one thing where it's not quite plug and play as the others are, in that I have to like constantly turn it back on when I pull it out. But that could just be a user error thing. But anyway, let me try to find, yeah, here's the box. So yeah, so this microphone, right now, as you can see, I'm just doing the mono recording. I'm actually going to switch over to stereo right now, though. Okay, there we go. Now we're in stereo mode. So yeah, should be picking up on both of these. So if I tuck over here, right, left. Hopefully that, if you're using headphones, hopefully that's coming through as one being louder than the other. Yeah, let me know what you think of that. But yeah, this is pretty cool. This also has like a low cut filter, which I don't have on right now. But yeah, I'll go ahead and turn that on real quick. Yeah, also while I'm doing that, so this plugs directly into the bottom of your phone. It also has an output for TRS, for like plugging into camera, as well as a headphone jack output, if that stuff is important to you. I'm just using this on my phone. I'm not using the headphone jack, so I don't really care about that, but some people could find that useful. Anyway, let me go ahead and turn on the low cut filter. So this is with the low cut filter off. And now this is with the low cut filter on. So this basically just like cuts off some of those lower frequencies, just to like maybe cut out some, like if you have some background noise that's like a lower frequency you're trying to cut out, then you can turn that on. And that's what it sounds like with it off. I kind of like it off, to tell you the truth, just because maybe it's because I have a lower voice, and I feel like when it's on, it kind of cuts out some of my voice. But yeah, that's that. And then also this has a noise canceller feature, which you can see I turned that on. So right now noise canceling supposedly is on. Hopefully. It doesn't sound like it's on to you. I'm going to try to turn it off now. Okay, now it's turned off. Except for some reason it's like, I think it's only trying to turn it on this one. So I'm sure you can turn on both, but I'm just going to turn this one off for now. Okay, so this with noise canceling off. And now noise canceling is on. So what do you think? And also when you turn that on and off, I can actually feel this vibrating. So yeah, the vibration is a feature. I've heard other people say they really like it. I think it's fine. I don't really care. But it is, I mean, it is kind of nice to know when stuff is on and off and whatever. And then, I mean, you can also just look at a light. So I don't know. Anyway, there's vibration that's like haptic feedback for when you change settings. So maybe that's something you're into. Maybe it's not. I don't know. You can decide. Anyway, now I just turned off the noise cancellation. I'm going to turn back on this other microphone over here. Yeah, another thing too is that these microphones, these transmitters, they also have magnets, just like the Hollyland Lark Max. And yeah, so that's something, so you could also, like, you know, put it down here or whatever if you want to. Oh, right. So another thing that this has is it has internal recording, again, like the Hollyland Lark Max. However, it's also 32-bit internal recording. So again, that's not something I'm going to use necessarily, because I just plug this into my phone, connect the audio directly to the video, and then just don't worry about it. But 32-bit audio recording internally, this won't go directly into your phone, but internally, if you record like that, then you can actually have more power over like editing the audio in post. And so, like, for example, if you're clipping out, like if you're speaking really loudly a lot, you can actually take that 32-bit audio recording and you can basically lower the volume and then still have a high quality sound in like a program like Audacity. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Something that I probably wouldn't do, but it could be good if you're trying to get a really good high recording, like an interview with someone, or, you know, something like that. Yeah, let's see, there's 18-hour battery, so I think a little less than the Hollyland Lark Max. But yeah, I think those are the main features about this. So anyway, let me know what you think. Yeah, I do think this is a pretty cool looking product. It might even be the sleekest out of all of them. But, oh, and also I really like the carrying case that comes in. I think this might be my favorite. Yeah, it just is very easy to, you know, throw this in here. And then you have room for your cables and dead cats and whatever. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. But I don't know, if you saw my review I did specifically on this product, the sound quality didn't blow me away. And so, I don't know, $350 is a high price tag for it, but I guess the user experience is kind of nice, and I know people really like these microphones. Okay, and then last but certainly not least is the Rode Wireless Pro. So yeah, this came out a little bit before the DJI Mic 2, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, just compared to the other microphones, I do think that this sound quality is actually pretty good. I would say even a little bit better than the other ones. However, this is the last one that we're reviewing today because it's also the most expensive, clocking in at a whopping $400. Now, I did get a special deal where it's like mine came with these headphones because I bought it from a special seller on Amazon. I don't know how they got these for so cheap, but anyway, well, it's not cheap, but it came with some nice headphones. So anyway, but usually it's just $400 for the headphones. I mean, sorry, for the for the Rode Wireless Pro. Yeah, these are pretty cool though. However, I do have some serious issues with this microphone system. First off, you have to, it comes, well, first off, it just kind of dangles off like the other, like the Hollyland products besides the C1. So yeah, I mean, that's not ideal, I guess, but I can live around that. But my biggest problem with this is that there's two carrying cases that you have to carry around with you. There's one that has all the accessories in it. And so, yeah, I actually pulled them all out, but okay, I just stuffed all the stuff back in here. But see, this is what I'm talking about. It's actually quite hard to get it all to fit back in. It's kind of like putting a tent back together. This is by far my biggest problem with this. So, I mean, look at all this stuff. I mean, it comes with a lot of cool stuff, don't get me wrong, but man, I wish that there was like I wish that they had figured something out to just have a bigger carrying case than this for all these cables and everything. Plus, this thing comes with like 5 dead cats. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not necessarily complaining that it's come with a lot of stuff, because I mean, more stuff the better, right? But this is just a big problem for me, because then it's like trying to now fit all this back in here is just time consuming and it's just not fun. And then it's like, if I have like the dead cats at the bottom here, I have to pull out all the cables, pull out one, and then I have to try to fit them all back in. It's just, user experience on this carrying case is not the greatest. Now for the charging case, you can see here, this is okay. These aren't magnets, and so they're just USB-C like prongs or whatever that are sticking out that these just kind of fit onto. I saw that some people were complaining that these are hard to take off. I really didn't think it was that hard to get these to come off. There's also a dead cap for both of these. This is on, by the way, so my audio probably sounds weird since I have one here and one here. But yeah, the dead cats aren't terribly hard to get on. You just have to kind of line up these. There's these 2 white dots in here, and you just line them up with these 2 dots that are coming out of the top. And yeah, then you just kind of find where they go in, and then you just kind of screw it on like that. So yeah, it's not terribly hard to get them on. I do like how the DJI, well, actually all the other microphones that we've reviewed today, how it's easier, they just kind of pop on. But this is definitely more secure. Like, this is not going to come off. I would break the the dead cat before this would come off. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's that. Also, this comes with 2 lavalier mics, 2 lav mics, and so yeah, I think that's pretty nice. And I'll just show you what the sound quality sounds like on that. Okay, so this is with the lav mic not plugged in. Okay, and then now this is with me using the lav mic. So what do you think? I personally I don't think these lav mics are really that great of quality. I think just the built-in microphones on the resistor are, yeah, probably higher quality than these. But anyway, they are definitely a lower profile, because as you can see here, these are big. These are by far the biggest transmitters. So like, for example, you compare it to the DJI Mic 2, it's like about double the size almost, maybe like 1.7 times the size. So I don't know, it's kind of big and it's kind of bulky. When I was taking these out and unboxing them, and my wife was filming me, she, without even testing these, she said, yeah, I don't like these Rode microphones. Yeah, they're just ugly looking, and like the case and stuff, it just, I don't know. I mean, the one, well, okay, there's a few saving features of it. First off, you can, I don't really care about this, but I'll try to mention some positive things about this $400 microphone set, which I might end up choosing because I do really like the sound quality. But you can plug these in. So yeah, this is using the internal microphone now. Hopefully it's picking up okay. But yeah, you can plug these directly in. I mean, you can, like, so there's like this screwing locking mechanism. So like, then if you do this, it's like, if you screw it in, it's like basically impossible to accidentally unplug. However, I personally just took that off when I was using the lav mics, because it's already hard enough to like accidentally unscrew it. And so, yeah, I wasn't really afraid of it coming undone like that. But yeah, anyway, I think this sounds significantly better. So yeah, I just leave it like this, and I don't really worry about the lav mics very much. But yeah, but I guess some people are really crazy about this screwing in. And so yeah, that can be definitely a plus. Another thing that I like about them is that these are the only microphones that we've talked about today that have an auto gain feature. So like before, we had to kind of guess like what the right gain should be, or like test it, I guess, really. These ones just work. I set it on auto and it just works. No problems. So yeah, that is really nice. Okay, and then another thing I like about these is that you can also set them into stereo mode. So that's what it's in right now. And yeah, and then the auto gain is on both of these. And also, for some reason, I don't know why, but I think the high pass filter was on one of these. I'm not entirely sure, but well, let me back up. So these microphones also require an app. So far we've needed an app for the C1 on the bottom of our list, and now with the Rode Wireless Pro on the top of our list. And I'm okay with apps if they're helpful, but I don't know. It's kind of annoying. Plus, every time I plug this into my phone, it opens up the settings app, which is kind of annoying. But anyway, that's where you put it in, for example, into stereo mode, or I guess they call it split mode. But yeah, split and merged. But that's also the same as like stereo and mono. So I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, anyway, this is stereo mode. I think it sounds pretty good. Like I said, this is probably my favorite sounding mic out of all of these, but only by a little bit. I mean, it definitely is good. I don't know, maybe a little bit more than a little bit, but for $400, I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm definitely going to have to think about this, because to tell you the truth, I was originally planning on just keeping the Lark M2 when I started this video, but after I've been testing this more and listening to this back over and over again, I'm kind of leaning towards the Rode Wireless Pro now. But what do you think? Which one of these microphones do you think is the best? I'm gonna actually pause the video now, and I'm gonna think about this a little bit more. Oh, and I guess one other thing that I should mention is that out of all the microphones we've tested today, this $400 microphone is the only one that does not have noise canceling feature. So yeah, all the other microphones had that, and this for some reason does not. Again, it's not the end of the world, but it is a nice thing to have sometimes. I mean, I know some people don't like the way it sounds, but I actually do like it, especially if it's really noisy outside or whatever. It is nice to have that noise canceling feature at least available to use if it's needed. One thing that I really like about this is that you can actually keep the dead cats on these transmitters and they still fit inside the case. And then I've even been able to fit like a little short USB-C cable in here too. So yeah, it's not the end of the world, I guess, this case. At least I'm trying to figure out ways that I can like justify not carrying around this extra case, because I really just want one unit. So yeah, these dead cats do fit in here when they're plugged in. And then also there are these magnets which don't come attached when you first buy this. I don't know why, but yeah, anyway, I attached them and they actually fit in the case too when they're attached, so whatever. But anyway, I am now gonna do some more tests on my own, and then I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. Okay, now this is my camera's internal mic right now, so I gotta speak a little louder so it picks up. But yeah, I just wanted to show this again just to have a palette refresher, and then I'm going to read a little bit from the Sermon on the Mount from the Bible, and yeah, I will change the microphone between each verse. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its savour, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Okay, what'd you think of that reading? Which microphone did you like the best? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And now, it has been a few days since I recorded, and I've been thinking about it a lot. I took these microphones Well, my top two microphones I took outside, and I took them to the store, was recording a bunch, and I've finally made my decision of which one I'm going to keep. And by the way, right now I'm just using these old Apple earphones, back when they used to care about wired earphones. And yeah, this one has a mic on it. So anyway, I just thought it'd be an interesting test, because this is obviously another way you can record. It's just wired, obviously. But anyway, for my last test, though, which is also going to be the reveal, I'm sure if you've waited this long, you're dying to know what my final opinion is on which one of these I'm going to keep. And the final test is just going to be a music test, because obviously when we speak, usually we're speaking in around the same register. Our tone doesn't fluctuate too much, but when we sing, on the other hand, we can sing very low or we can sing quite high, And so I'm not the best singer, but I'm just going to sing a simple nursery song just for the final test. And the microphone that I end on is the microphone that I am going to choose and keep.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Okay, so I don't know if you could tell from that last shot. But yeah, so the microphone that I am going to choose and I'm going to be using now as my wireless microphone set is the Hollyland Lark M1. And yeah, this is the purple version. So yeah, there's a bunch of different colors you can get. Green, I think there's like brown, red maybe? I can't remember. But anyway, I thought the purple one looked cool, so something different. But yeah, there's also the black one that I showed before as well. But yeah, anyway, I was really debating between this one and the Rode Wireless Pro, because the Rode Wireless Pro, I could hear, especially when I had like good headphones on, I could hear like a difference like in the quality, albeit like a small difference kind of ish, but there definitely was a difference. But the first four, like the M1, the C1, the Lark Max, and the DJI Mic 2, like there were differences, but they weren't really that significant. I felt like most of those mics sounded pretty similar to each other. And so then at that point, I don't know, it just kind of made me think of like the features, the differences between them, which one was easiest to use, and also the price, obviously. So first off, the DJI Mic 2 was out because it didn't sound really that much better, maybe a little bit better than the others, but at $350, I would have hoped it sounded a lot better than the others. So anyway, so that one was out, even though I did like the user interface. Yeah. And then next, I definitely eliminated also the C1. That was kind of on the same level as the DJI Mic 2. In fact, maybe even a little bit lower, to tell you the truth, because it doesn't record in stereo from what I can tell. And then also it doesn't have, I don't know, I guess it's just not as easy to control, because you have to use like the Hollyland Lark app, which is okay, I guess. But anyway, and also it plugs directly into your phone, so you can't like then use it on a camera that has a TRS input. So it just couldn't do as much as well. And the USB connection was fine, but anyway, that was kind of my thoughts of ruling that one out. And then there was the Hollyland Lark Max. Now that was probably a close third, to tell you the truth. That one was pretty good. I thought that the audio sounded pretty good on it. I also, where did I put it? I already put it away. Here's the box. But I also like how there's a screen on it. So it's really easy to see your audio levels and like how high they're going. But again, at $250, I would have liked a little bit better audio quality than what I was hearing with the Lark M1. It just sounded so similar to each other. It's hard to justify the huge price gap, especially when it's more than twice as expensive. just for like a touch screen and like a little bit better user interface. Although I really like the Hollyland wireless Max, Lark Wireless Max interface. Did I say that right? Hollyland Lark Max, yeah. I really like the interface. That's probably my favorite user interface actually out of all these mics. I thought it was easiest to use. I really liked the dial. And yeah, I even liked it better than DJI Mic too, so that's saying something. And yeah, definitely liked it better than the Rode Wireless Pro. But yeah, the sound quality just wasn't good enough to justify twice the price as the M1. And then it really came down to me. For me, it came down to the Rode Wireless Pro, which I have here, and the M1. And I was really debating between the two. Like I took him to the store, took him outside, and just tested a bunch of different situations. Tried talking loudly, and I was really excited about the Rode Wireless Pro, because it has the auto gain feature, and I was using that. In fact, I've used that like pretty much exclusively, almost exclusively, as I've been testing these, and it works most of the time, but sometimes it still does tend to clip out. And so it's like, while the audio does sound probably better than all the other mics, to tell you the truth, at $400 it doesn't sound that much better. Like this costs almost 4 times as much as the M1, but it's definitely, the audio quality isn't 4 times as good. At least I don't think it is. Yeah, there's definitely diminishing returns the higher, the more expensive these things get, I think. So anyway, that's why I eventually decided to just stay with the M1. What I really like about this mic is that, first off, it's really easy just to plug directly into your, well, in my case, I'm just using it on my phone. Just plug it directly into your phone or your camera. You can use, like, I'm using a TRS to USB-C adapter. There's also the Lightning cable adapter if I had an iPhone. You can also do a TRS to TRS for camera, and you can also do TRS to TRRS, like I said, which I don't recommend though, but that is something you can do. The quality is really bad on that mode, by the way, though. But anyway, just and then also, since it is such a low price point, I'm not really worried about it like getting wrecked. Like obviously I'm going to take care of it, and like, don't get me wrong, like this case is really good, but like, for example, when I was at the store testing these different microphones in a crowded, busy area, I actually dropped the receiver onto the hard ground, but I just picked it up, plugged it back in, it was working fine. So I think it's pretty durable. But even if it did break, it only cost about $100 to $110, depending on the seller. Like, I'm not really, like, I am worried about it. I mean, $100 is still a lot, but it's not as much as $400. You know what I mean? Like, if I had dropped the Rode Wireless Pro on the ground, like, I don't know, these things don't feel like the most durable, but I mean, just like a $400 thing dropping on the ground, and then if it breaks, it's like, it's just a lot more. So anyway, that kind of made me think too, is like, if this is gonna be a wireless set, that I'm gonna be taking around and like fumbling, with all the time. I mean, I want something that even if it does break, it's like I can replace it. Oh, and I forgot to mention, another reason why I really like this and why I chose it over the Rode Wireless Pro is that it has the noise canceling. So like, for example, the air conditioning is on because it's like really hot right now. And I don't know, it's not that loud, but like when I turn this on, you see it probably got quite a bit softer, or like maybe you don't even hear the air conditioning at all, whereas I turn it off. So yeah. And I mean, when this is on, when the noise canceling is on, as I was listening back to this, like, it does distort my voice a little bit, but the quietness that it adds to it is actually a really cool feature. So I think I'm actually going to use this a lot when I'm in a noisy area or when the air conditioning is really loud. So anyway, that was another reason why I chose this over the Rode Wireless Pro. Because yeah, the noise canceling is just really cool. And I found that the auto gain, like I said before, didn't really matter. And so where this doesn't have auto gain, it's like, it's okay. I just set to regular, the regular middle setting, and it's fine. I am recording with the Rode Wireless Pro right now just because it was in second place. Another thing that factored into why I chose the Lark M1 over the Rode Wireless Pro is, again, this carrying case. So the first one's fine, the one that actually holds the units, but this one that has all the accessories in it, like, I'm actually kind of dreading to try to fit all these back in here. But yeah, this is just a big problem for me, like I said before. But yeah, it wasn't a deal breaker, but it definitely weighed into why I chose the Hollyland Lark M1. Yeah, because like for example, you can see in here, this is just like very nice. This is the Lark M1 case. You know, all the cables are up here. There's enough, you know, room for the carrying case, and then I have the dead cats over here. And I don't know, it's just so much simpler than the Rode Wireless Pro. Yeah, I can like basically fit a USB-C cable in here, a very small one, and then that's about it. I mean, I guess it does have the dead cats on them again, you know, and the magnets, but still, it's just, you just can't carry as much in here. So anyway, it's like you have to have both of these, and this is just a big problem for me. And now back to the Hollyland Lark M1. And then also like the audio quality is, you know, like I was saying, it's really good. I was really impressed with this mic. So anyway, this is my choice. What do you think? Do you think oh wow, and see, this was facing down the whole time. I hope that picked up okay. But anyway, now I have it faced up, so it maybe sounds better. I don't know. What do you think? Does this sound better? Does it sound okay when it's facing down? And what do you think? Do you think I made a good decision on this microphone, or do you think I should have gone with the Rode Wireless Pro, or the DJI Mic 2, the Hollyland Lark Max, or the Hollyland Lark C1? What do you think? Let me know in the comment sections down below. And if you made it this far, please subscribe. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. I checked it the other day, and like it had raised by like 5. It doesn't seem, again, that doesn't seem like a lot for me, but for me to raise by 5 subscribers in like 2 or 3 days is a lot. So anyway, thanks everyone for subscribing, helping me grow this channel. Yeah, let me know what you think. Please, I'm really excited about using this now in future videos. I'm sure you'll see me wearing it now, from now on quite a bit. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and we will talk to you later.